Hey guys, what's up? So today I am working on lighting and just pretty much decorating the park. I started a facade around the actual castle, which I think turned out really nicely. I used a lot of varying heights and everything. It's pretty much just a basic facade. But I do really like how it works being around the castle. It's not the most realistic, but I think it kind of holds its point. It gives you something to look at, definitely. I'm also messing around with different ideas for queues and everything. I actually put a queue inside of a building in the facade, and it's kind of hidden. I think it actually turned out really cool. One of the problems I'm having with actual building in this game is I'm not really creative enough with the elements that it gives us, so I don't really come up with stuff that's necessarily like unique to me or things that I've kind of invented almost by myself. Like when you see Silverite, he does these really ridiculously just like good looking things, and everything is a different part that serves its own purpose. Right here I wanted the roof to actually be visible from inside the overflow part of the queue, and I also like the chimneys because I think it kind of adds more to the top of the building rather than just being a flat roof. Right here, it's I decided to go for an actual square roof, just boxes. I think the colors that they use on the actual kind of sloped roofs are used so often that it just it takes away from the fact that each building would be built separately. It's not like they have to exactly mirror each other's styles. I put in some barrels because you always need barrels. I did put the flag up here. I do like the way that it looks. I think it kind of adds more to look at on the top of the house. And then here I actually put in, you can see in the well, I put in some water. It splashes up at random times, and I think it looks pretty cool. I'm just adding in some trees just so it seems kind of more closed in, like you're in your own little place. I was adding some detailing to the roof right here. I do like the way that it came out, just using the handrails as the actual, I don't know what you would call it, kind of like, not caulking, I forgot what it's called. I know what it is though, you probably know what it is too. I was messing around with the lights here. I like them, but I really don't think that they project as much as they could. I wish the lights kind of shone further than they did, because it's hard to make actual street lamps or whatnot. I do like what I'm about to do right here. I start making what I was gonna have be a tavern, but then I decided it was gonna look like a tavern, but it was actually gonna extend into another roller coaster. Not this was, I was trying to make a pirate ship, but I found that it wouldn't let you put actual buildings around the side of the pirate ship. So I decided against it because I feel like it kind of takes away from the look of it. See right here, I couldn't really get it to line up correctly. Now I'm gonna start working on that tavern. I added in the bricks because I think it kind of looks nice for what it is. It's a really low building. Not really sure what the second story would come in as in a real building, but nonetheless, I think it looks fine. I was detailing here. I think it looks pretty good. It kind of separates the actual cobble from the tavern itself, or not the tavern, the stucco. This break section right here, it actually came from Rip Ride Rockit, and I really like the way that it is. Rip Ride Rockit is a ride in Orlando, Florida. That's where I'm from, and it has a brake run, and then it kind of shoots up to be parallel to the ground, but the brake run is actually really smooth just because you're not being yanked into it, which is one thing that I really like. And I think it kind of makes the coaster, like, I feel like the brake section also needs to be viewed at a lot more. Even in real life coasters, if you see, they kind of ignore the brake section, or they just put it out in the middle of nowhere behind the front of the ride. But you're gonna be there for the longest time, so I don't see the reason behind doing that, really. Right here, I was going in with the smooth tool, which actually really changes the whole way of the ride. I'm pretty sure this ride uses kind of like exponential scaling. So it kind of, what it did was, if you like multiple pieces and you try and continue the same turn across, or the same rotation across multiple pieces, you'll actually see that it kind of yanks the rider when it gets to each piece. Like in the middle of each piece is its strongest point of turning, which if you do it on one piece, it works perfectly. That's exactly what you want. But if you're trying to, say you have like the launch coaster, it's going so fast at some points that I may need it, instead of turning every 20 meters, or have a turn continue for only 20 meters, I want the turn to continue for 30 or 40 meters, because if it's going like 40 or 50 meters a second, it's really, really quick to turn that quickly and sharply. Right here, I was just trying to add some detail to the actual kind of top roof thing of the brake run. I do like the way that it did turn out. I was thinking about actually taking some vines on it. I'm probably gonna do that now that I think about it, because it kind of gives kind of that Spanish look, but it also adds more detail to the ride. Right here, I was trying to make kind of my own top to this. I wanted it to be a bell tower, but I don't like how the white worked in this situation. I just deleted it all. I think I did make it a bell tower on top, but I just kind of made it the default bell tower. It's pretty basic in the end. See right here, I was adding this in, I wanted it to look really detailed, but I couldn't find the actual top for this piece. So I ended up having to take it out simply because I couldn't find the top. So I'm not sure if they're going to make a top, if that's ever going to happen, but I feel like that could make that piece 10 times more useful. Right here, I'm just adding in the entrance and the exit, connecting it. When it gets dark, you'll actually see something really cool that I really like. This is the first interior I've ever done that actually, from the outside, looks like it's workable or like an actual ride, which I do really like. I think the interiors in this game are, no one really pays attention to them or tries to actually have interiors, and I think it kind of takes away from the feel of it being a real theme park. See right here, after this, what you'll see me do, well, right here I was just trying to detail it some more, just trying to give it as much color. I wanted it to stand out and everything, but right here you see I'm adding in walls, just so from the outside it appears as though it has an actual inside. And I end the detailing past this curve because there's not really a reason to do it. It's going to be covered up by roofs anyways. I was looking for a sign to go onto the top because I know it's going to be kind of hidden, but it wouldn't let me select this window to delete, so I had to get rid of it. I was having some issues with the queue. I ended up just having it do a bridge over the ride, and then I'm probably going to fill that in with rocks or just do something just to make it less boring. Back here, I was kind of conflicted. I wasn't sure if I wanted it to be inside of a building or to have you be able to view the ride, but I ended up letting the actual people in the line be able to look at the ride because there's not a lot of that in this park so far. You can also, if you were to walk up that path, you could view it too, but they're not going to do that so far in the game. The AIs aren't like that. I was adding in some details in the rock work. I ended up going with pretty much the same building style that the facades were using for the actual station, which is a pretty basic kind of stucco, just the basic stucco that comes with the game. And I do kind of like that style, but I'm trying really hard not to overuse it for this park. It is really hard not to overuse it, but once they release more sets and they allow the ability to use this park over into different versions of the game, I'll be able to make it more special. right here, I was trying to find a way to block off, or actually have an entrance into the station that didn't look horrible, but I couldn't find any piece of scenery that would allow me to do that. I just wanted this little building to come off just to give the building kind of more depth. That's the end of this video. So I'm gonna upload another tomorrow where I start working on the lighting of the actual back queue, and then I also add more facades in the back, and it actually looks really cool. It makes the whole city look as though it's deeper. So thank you guys for watching. Please remember to rate if you liked it. Comment anything that you would want me to improve on or whatnot. I'm just starting with this, so it's great to see feedback and be able to change on it.